Okay, good morning, dear children. How are you all? Fine. Okay. So, these days we are discussing our second unit, physical changes and chemical changes. Last class we have discussed physical changes, and today we are going to discuss one more important point, that is chemical change. All those who have the book, please take out your book. Others, please stay on video and watch the video carefully. Okay, students, before starting this topic, chemical change, I am going to ask one thing. Are you revising your portion? Unit 1, the question answers. Did you learn? Okay, I know you are good children, you are doing it. And one more question. Previous class we have discussed physical change. What is physical change? Anybody know? Anybody learned? A physical change is a change which cannot be reversed and no new substances are formed. Here we are going to start from this definition, the chemical changes. A change in which a new substances are formed and which cannot be reversed by reversing the conditions is called a chemical change. It is the definition of the chemical change. A new substances are formed and which cannot be reversed. But in physical change, no new substances are formed and that can be reversed. So, chemical and physical change, these both are opposite. These both are opposite. Okay. Some examples we are going to discuss about the chemical change. Burning. When lighted, a combustible substance, hydrogen, coal, wood, paper, kerosene, diesel, petrol, LPG, CNG, etc. These are the combustible substances. Hydrogen, coal, wood, paper, kerosene, diesel, petrol, LPG, etc. We know that these combustible substances burns in air. And also we have learned that burning is a fast reaction between the combustible substance and oxygen of the air. When kindled, when heated, hydrogen burns in air to form a new substance, water. When burns hydrogen in air, what is formed? Water, H2O, is formed. On being cooled, water does not give back hydrogen. So, the change is irreversible. The formation of water, not a change of state, okay? Change of state, it is water formation by combining hydrogen and oxygen. By burns hydrogen in air, water is formed. That is a chemical change. State of matter, another fact, okay? You keep in your mind. On being cooled, water does not give back hydrogen, so the change is irreversible. Thus, the burning of hydrogen is a chemical change. Coal contains mainly carbon. When burnt, the carbon of the coal combines with oxygen of air to form a new substance, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas and is liberated into the air. Can you get back coal again? Carbon dioxide gone to atmosphere, ash is left out there. From this ash, can you get back the coal again? Of course, it's impossible. We are not magicians to make it again, because it is a chemical change, permanent change, irreversible change. This change is irreversible. On being cooled, carbon dioxide does not give back carbon and oxygen. Hence, burning of coal is a chemical change. Okay, students? Wood or paper, when burned, combines with oxygen of the air and forms a new substance, carbon dioxide and water vapor. New substances, carbon dioxide by burning of wood or paper, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Clear? On being cooled, carbon dioxide and water vapor do not give back the wood or paper. After burning, we cannot get back the wood or paper again, because it is a chemical change. Burning of paper or wood is a chemical change. Kerosene, diesel, petrol, LPG and CNG. Please keep in your mind, LPG, the full form is liquid petroleum gas, CNG, compressed natural gas. These are all kerosene, diesel, petrol, LPG are all hydrocarbons. They are made up of carbon and hydrogen only. These all fuels made up of hydrogen and carbon only. When lighted, they burn in air to form the new substances, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Can you get back after burning these fuels again? Then it's very easy, is it? But it is not possible, because burning is a chemical change. The changes are irreversible too. So, the burning of these fuels is a chemical change. Okay, LPG, you can see here the burning of fuel is a chemical change. Here you can see. Okay, students. Then ethanol, that is ethyl alcohol, commonly called alcohol. Ethanol is a compound containing carbon and hydrogen and oxygen. It is a liquid that catches fire. Ethanol is a liquid that catches fire when near a flame and burns to give carbon dioxide and water vapor. This is also a chemical change. Now we are going to discuss about rusting. Rusting is also a chemical change. When we keep the iron articles outside the ground, outside the room, what can you see afterwards? You can see that over the iron articles a reddish brown substance, that is called rust. The process is called rusting. Iron rust in moist air, forming a red brown solid called rust. Red brown solid, that is called rust. The rust formed cannot be changed back to iron by reversing the condition. Rust cannot be give back the iron. So, it is a chemical change. Another example is the cooking of food. Another example is a cooking of food. Before it, please go through this diagram. Rusting. It's a good example of chemical change. Now we will discuss about cooking of food. The taste of vegetables and pulses changes on being cooked, because new substances are formed in the process. Also, we cannot obtain green vegetables from a vegetable curry. We cannot obtain green vegetables from a vegetable curry, or grains from cooked pulses. So, the cooking of food is a chemical change. Okay, students. Now, the curdling of milk. Curdling of milk. Once milk is curdled, a new substance curd is formed, milk cannot be obtained back from the curd. So, this change is irreversible. The taste of milk will be changed. Clear? Thus, curdling of milk is chemical change. Now, the charring of sugar. Sugar belongs to a class of compounds called carbohydrates. We know that sugar belongs to the category of carbohydrates. A carbohydrate contains carbon and the elements of water. Carbon and the elements of water. In the carbohydrates, carbon and the elements of water contains. So, when carbon is heated, water gets loosened or vaporized. When sugar is heated, what will happen? Water gets loosened and vaporized, and the black residue of carbon itself left behind. You have learned that the change is also reversible. This change is also reversible and therefore a chemical change. Now, another one, digestion. Can you get back the digested food? Can you get back the digested food? No, we cannot get back. After digestion, the food that will change us glucose for the respiration and all, and it will change us proteins and other minerals which we need in our body. That cannot be changed. That cannot be reversed back as a particular food items. So, digestion is a chemical change. Now, we are going to discuss about fermentation. Fermentation is a process employed for preparing alcohol from its fruits containing sugar. Fermentation is a process we are using to prepare alcohol from fruits containing sugar. In the presence of enzymes, a sugar solution changes into alcohol, liberating carbon dioxide. As a result, a froth is formed and the liquid appears as if it were boiling. By boiling, a liquid appears. The process is known as fermentation. This word derived from the word fervere, meaning to boil. The process of preparing alcohol, that is called fermentation. Okay? It is an irreversible process in which new substances are formed. It is an irreversible process, new substances are forming. That's why it is a chemical change. Therefore, fermentation is a chemical change. Now, we are going to discuss about photosynthesis. It's time to wind up the class. Okay? So, tomorrow we will discuss this point. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.